Aemeath is shaping up as the cleanest Fusion DPS option to pair with Lina and Mornier. If you built around the Toonbreak core when version 3.0 dropped, her kit looks designed to finish that setup rather than compete with it. The damage profile, role clarity, and team slot all line up with that trio being the intended endgame Fusion shell. You've probably heard enough about other teams and other units. Today is about Aemeath, because everything we've seen so far points to her being the centerpiece Fusion DPS this coming patch cycle is built around. The livestream gameplay mattered more than her earlier animation previews. It showed her actual combat flow, how fast she cycles forms, and how aggressively she stays on targets. That footage made it clear she isn't a slow, burst-only DPS. She plays at high tempo with consistent pressure rather than waiting on long cooldown windows. Kuro still hasn't laid out her mechanics in exact numbers, but the way she's being marketed is not subtle. She has dedicated cinematics, heavy spotlight placement, and framing that mirrors Sentinel tier releases. Jinshi and Fleur-de-Lis both launched over-tuned relative to the meta at the time, and Aemeath is getting that same rollout energy. That makes it reasonable to expect her to define Fusion DPS benchmarks on release. Her movement isn't cosmetic. The form switching actively shifts her position, which means she naturally avoids a lot of chip damage without manual dodging. That translates to better uptime and fewer DPS drops during boss mechanics. It also solves one of the most annoying issues in endgame fights, bosses that keep jumping or drifting out of melee range. Aside from this, fusion typing gives her immediate leverage from Lupa's kit. Lupa already amplifies multiple high-end cores, and Aemeath fits directly into that ecosystem. Whether you're pairing her with Chong-Li, Mornier, Shorekeeper, or Line, the comp logic stays clean. Kuro running Lupa's banner alongside her isn't accidental. It's a signal that their synergy is central to her intended team design. When we look at her weapon, her situation is unusually forgiving for a top-tier DPS. Since she uses a sword, Emerald of Genesis remains a strong fallback if you skip her signature. That keeps her damage competitive and prevents her performance from collapsing without her personal weapon. It also makes her more accessible for players trying to manage Astrite across multiple banners. Yet the real cost shows up in team building. Her ceiling assumes 5-star partners. 4-star options don't scale well enough to keep pace with her output or her rotation speed. And if you don't already have Line or Mornier and aren't planning to pull Lupa or Chisa, you can still use her, but you won't be getting what her kit is actually capable of. Even with that limitation, she's still a high-value pull for accounts that want a long-term fusion carry. Her role clarity, team synergy, and mechanical advantages give her staying power. And her ultimate using the Exostrider isn't just visual flair, it reinforces her identity as a momentum-based DPS who converts mobility into real damage pressure. But what do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown and found it helpful, make sure to subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.